Hi, Chef Cheyne here, and I want to show you how to make pico de gallo. Pico de gallo is really easy. Basically tomatoes with lime, onion, a little garlic, cilantro, salt, pepper, and that's how we do it. I just want to make a quick one. Today we're using plum tomatoes. They're not particularly great. Someone's over-waxed them. I want to peel them off. Peel the skins off. So first, I make a small X in the top of the tomato. I guess that would be the bottom of the tomato. A small X, about 1 millimeter deep, just to break the skin. And then I can either circle cut the top stem out, thusly, or I can just cut the whole top off, thusly. So that's two options. They're both, the goal here is just to peel these. So I'm going to put them in boiling water. But before I do that, I need a tub of cold water so that after they've boiled for 6 to 10 seconds-ish, I can put them in the cold water and stop the process. So in they go. I've got some tongs ready. You definitely want your tongs as part of this mise en place, because if you don't, you won't be able to pull them out when you need it. I happen to know that these tomatoes are a little bit unripe, so I'm going to cook them a little extra long. I'm just going to kind of pull it out and just check the peeling situation. Yeah, ready to go. That's probably 10 or 12 seconds. For you in class, please then just remove your water off the burner, keep the lid on it for the next class, and remember, of course, we're turning off the burner. So now these have cooled off in the water. So one of the things we learn in class is to always, I'm going to peel it off, the skin off, literally. One thing we've learned in class is to always just clean the first part of your vegetables and then throw away the debris. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to clean the first part. They don't peel so easily. Now there is a trick with peeling. You can use a small knife to peel, which I will do here. Come in on the edge, use it to peel off, skin off. A bit hard. Maybe they could have gone 14 seconds. You don't really want them cooking. Yeah, cool, looking good here. One reason we're doing this is...
Thank you for your patience. We are still on a hold. Staff and students, please stay where you are. We don't want anyone in the hallways at this time. Thank you.
Okay. In case you're watching this on YouTube, that just means we need transit through the halls, so possibly emergency service, usually medical, can come through. So again, what I'm doing here is just peeling off the skin. I'm using the knife to grab it, like this in, but you can also just use your fingers. Two versions, I could cut the hole in the top or just slice the entire top off. And no, I do not have to get every single piece of peel off. I think I started to say, but stop. One reason I'm taking these peels off is they're really overly waxed. And I was just not having that. That just breaks my little chef's heart. All right. All right, so I'm going to gather up my debris here. There's my knife here. The next piece of debris actually would be my jalapeno. We're going to be using a small portion of jalapeno coming in with a claw. Now the jalapeno, you can use a glove. And in fact, I am going to get it ready, cut it halfway through. This will be back from my neighbor. This is now a very spicy piece of knife. I am going to put a glove on here, and then I'm going to use my fingers and rip out the seeds. I don't want any seeds here. And the white part inside is called pith, and there's some debate if that's the hottest part of the jalapeno. So I went right into the garbage with that. There's really not much other debris I'm going to make, so I can clean my cutting board now of the remaining debris. Had I had to start with my onion, I would have cut the tips and tails off, cut it in half, or stood it up, cut it in half, and I would have ended up with some debris here. So now I'm pretty much ready to go. I have nothing that will cause any debris. Yeah, we're completely ready to go here. So since I've got this on, I'm going to go ahead and fine mince my jalapeno. You don't have to use a glove. I'm going to use 1/4 of a jalapeno. Now, leave that. And I'm going to mince it, which means really fine. It's actually a very specific size for mince, and I'll have you all take a look. It's about 1 millimeter by millimeter. So how about that? That's 1 millimeter by millimeter. I'm going to put it in my bowl. Big metal mixing bowl there. Next, I'm going to take my onion. In this case, I can take my glove off. I'm done. Now I know, by the way, that might be a little spicy, and my knife might be a little spicy. I'm going to cut these really fine. And I think that's about as much as I need for my particular tastes. And now I'm going to cut the other way, really fine too. Ah! Just messing with you guys here. All right, and here's like just a little stemmy end. Sorry for everybody. I know. Bad chef. Everyone say it. Bad chef. All right. I get a lot of joy out of just messing around. Here comes the tomato. A couple different versions of this. You can remove the seeds. You don't have to remove the seeds. Now, in my case, I paid for these seeds. Yeah, in a perfect Pico de Gaillo world, you take all the seeds out. But I'm not going to teach you that because y'all will be buying, well, you know, maybe you live with your parents now, but soon you'll be buying your own tomatoes. And why would you want to throw away an eighth of your tomato seeds? Well, the reason might be is that the tomato seeds don't really have much flavor and add much to it, except for they do, because you pay for them. Notice I'm really cutting with a claw here. Boom, boom, that's one. Keep it going here. I am going to show you a trick right between these tomatoes though. I'm cutting with the back of my knife and leaving the tip down. Keeping my fingers away. Using my knife to scoop it up. You can scoop it up any way you want. Comes the next one. Now there are lots of ways to cut, take the seeds out. So if I want to take the seeds out, I would cut it down the middle here and literally squeeze the seeds out. You know? And what I'm making here is called tomato concassé. Tomato concassé is diced tomatoes with no seeds. Very Frenchy word here. But now I'll have no seeds. In this case, I paid for those seeds, so I'm feeling a little morose, you know, all those poor seeds. And I'll dice these up. My elbow's out, I'm coming with a claw. Next one here. So unless you sharpen your knife today, you guys, this tomatoes will not cut very easily. So I'm going to do a quick little reminder on how to sharpen. Just a second. Oh, cool. All right. So the way to sharpen is using a sharpening steel, keeping your elbows in. Could you hand me a kitchen towel from over there, please? Keeping your elbows in. When your elbows are out, I've got great distance. I can really do some damage with my knife. You've seen this before. So if my elbows are out, I can reach great distance. But when my elbows are in, I become a much more safe environment. I'm not sure the angle, but here it is, the angle. And I'm going to push some pressure as I push it down. Forward, from here to there, simultaneously from there to there. 3 or 4, and then I'm going to invert it from here to there, simultaneously the other way. Go slow as you want. That'll make your knife really sharp. Okay, so right now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to dice the garlic up. Actually, you know what? I should have probably done this earlier because I have a little garlic skin. I promised you a little trick, and here comes the trick. By putting your garlic in water, it makes the peels come off so much easier. So that is like a life hack. Perhaps today, if you learn anything, that's your life hack. I'm going to cut these maybe as small as a millimeter square, but even maybe smaller. Cutting them up. Some people do not want to put garlic in their Pico de Gaillo. Some people do. Notice now I'm using the back of the knife. My hand up here, arched up. Not like this, arched up. When you think you've cut it enough, cut it again. And a little comes on here, so I'm going to push it off. Arched up. There it is. Okay, well, I have a habanero or habanero here. If you love hot stuff, you're welcome to use this. This is crazy talk. I would recommend not using this, but I love it. If I was at home, I'd be making habanero. So now we're going to put a lime in it. Cut it. You could cut it either way. I think I just did it the way that I don't like. Oh well, too bad. Either way, either orientation, and then just go ahead and squeeze it in. Not a lot of seeds in there. Some limes have seeds. You have to be careful on that. We're almost done here, folks. All right. Last, a little cilantro. Ask your teammates if they like cilantro, because a certain portion of the population does not like cilantro. They have a gene that makes it taste like soap. And or sons of a guns. This is cut kind of coarsely. The word is coarse, which means big. So that was cut coarsely. We're pretty much kind of done here. Salt and pepper. I don't pinch. I put it in the palm of my hand. Use your judgment here. Now today we will be preparing Pico de Gaillo. We not use today. Do not salt it. When you salt it, you're starting to leach the moisture out of the tomatoes. So normally you would salt it, but today don't do it because by tomorrow the salt will have leached the water out of the tomatoes and you'll have really soupy, runny pico de gallo. So tomorrow we'll add the salt, but I'm going to put this in today. I think I might need a little more. And there are a couple options here. Kind of making this kind of beautiful. The thing about pico de gallo is the better the tomato, the better the pico. And unfortunately, as a public school, we kind of bought the cheaper tomatoes, but if you can afford, get the best tomatoes for this. And one last option, you can add a little hot sauce for bonus flavoring. This is my favorite, El Yucateco, and it's the special reserve black blend. It is just delicious, and it's really mean-spirited. I mean, you could make some enemies putting too much of this on anything. All right, so that is how to make pico de gallo. Remember, wash your hands well. Pre-trim everything to get a pile of all your debris, and then go forward. Okay, thank you. And that's how you make a pico de gallo.